I like this slide because it says, your vision for a vibrant culture, and then it's got a bale of cardboard. The least sexy of all commodities, I can assure you. After I left practicing law, I went to work for my favorite client, and they were in the recycling business. And I noticed something in my first 6 months. We were getting 20 and 30% more for a bale of cardboard than the people next door. How could that be? I mean, a bale of cardboard, folks, is a bale of cardboard. There's no magic ingredient here. Well, cardboard prices move throughout the month, okay? And it was amazing. If they went up, all of a sudden our competitors would say, well, the baler broke. We can't make the cardboard. We'll ship next month. If we committed to 500 tons or 1,000 tons, that's what we expected you to take, and that's what we promised to deliver. So it took me a while to figure it out, but our customers weren't paying a premium because we're just super nice guys. They were buying integrity and peace of mind. Okay, this is for anybody from the U of H. Does anybody recognize this picture? I thought so. I thought so. Well, anybody my vintage recognize the picture? Let me see a show of hands. There we go. All right. This is one of the best sitcoms ever. It's called My Favorite Martian. And the actor was Ray Walston. And you know what? Find it on YouTube and watch an episode. It's great. Or you're going to think I'm really old, one or the other. But here's the deal, is any time the Martian living on Earth would get alarmed or concerned, his antennas would go up. And I want your antennas to go up right now with this question. Who are your opinion leaders? Who are your opinion leaders? Because your opinion leaders are driving your culture more than anybody else. Now, let me give you a clue. The opinion leaders likely don't have the big title. They don't have the corner office. Okay? Your opinion leaders are the people, through their actions and deeds, day in and day out, that are driving your company's culture. And most of us have failed to harness the opinion leaders. For example, let's talk about leadership for a minute. Jared, I can make you a manager. I can give you a job description right now that says, Jared, you are the manager of operations. Here's your job description, boom, 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 boom. You're the manager. I cannot make you a leader. There's no job description that says, I have just made Jared a leader. The rest of you now respect Jared. It doesn't work that way. Leaders are the people in your company, regardless of title, who are driving your organization. Okay? And in a lot of our organizations, what you've got to understand is it's the front line. It's not people in the boardroom. Now, I'm not saying we're not important. We are important. I'm saying that we tend to over-exaggerate our importance, and we tend to underlook and under-exaggerate the importance of our front lines. The 3 T's, treatment, transparency, and trust, that people never make a lateral move for maybe a quarter an hour more or 50 cents an hour more for the same job, right? To go drive a forklift down the street for the same wage, it doesn't happen. They may say it happens. But what happens is in your organization, one of those 3 T's was violated. They weren't treated right, or at least they were perceived not to be treated right. There was a lack of transparency, meaning that everything around here kind of happens in this box, and we can't see through the box, and there's not any trust level for decisions. In other words, you're making decisions, but you're not explaining the why. People tend to support, and they tend to understand, even if they don't agree, they understand where you're going if you explain the why. But if all of a sudden on Monday, here's a new rule, follow it, there's no transparency. And then there's the issue of trust. All this culture stuff we talk about, everything we talk about. Ron, what's the chances of you and I building a relationship and having common ground on anything if there's no trust?
0.
0. And as a leader, never forget, you cast a tremendous shadow. However big the shadow you think you cast is, multiply it. I was talking to one of our employees a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about good days, bad days, and having to kind of have the same outcome in good days or bad days. And he said, "Oh, I know you had a horrible day the other day." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you were walking in the warehouse, your shirt was untucked, your head was down like this." And I'm like, I was walking in the warehouse, and maybe I was looking at the floor. I was having a perfectly good day. The point is that he perceived I was having a bad day. Sometimes the way my mind works is if I've got something going on in my head, I may just walk right past you and forget to say good morning. I don't mean anything by it, and I try not to do that, but it happens. Well, oh, Brian doesn't like me. He's pissed at me. He doesn't know my name, whatever it is. The point is that your littlest action is under a microscope. What you do is magnified more times than you ever think, and you need to appreciate that. You need to appreciate the power of it. You need to appreciate the privilege it comes with, but never, ever forget the shadow that you as a leader cast. Box of crayons. You've got to get your culture into your families. Getting them to your employees is no longer enough. So we sent our employees a letter, some paper, and a box of crayons. And we said, tell us what driving to perfection means to you. There was no guidance beyond that. And we asked people to have their kids, or nieces, nephews, significant others, submit their artwork. This is some of the stuff we got. Now, can anybody guess what our 2015 calendar is going to be? And it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts when I have a frontline employee, in my case, say, I'm just a truck driver. It drives me nuts. See, who's going to come to work with a better attitude and do their job better? I'm just a truck driver, or I'm the backbone of the global economy. Without me, these goods don't move. There's no food at the grocery store. There's no medicine at Walgreens. And that steamship line doesn't get loaded. So I ask you about your companies, your frontline people, right? If you're repairing air conditioners, I'm just an air conditioner repairman, or I'm going to a house that may have a really, really sick kid that can't be in the heat, right? Who's got the mission, right? I'm betting that most of you are in this room because you know your mission. Or as you grow into your careers, you will know your mission. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being sure that it is understood by everybody in your company. First of all, can you measure culture? Well, Einstein says we can. I don't think you need tools to measure culture beyond what you already know. Your profit and loss statement should tell you. Your customer satisfaction survey should tell you. Your employee retention should tell you, measured by good employees that you lose, that you don't want to lose. How well are you hiring good people? In other words, your metrics for measuring culture are the same metrics that you should use to measure the rest of your business. I can't tell you what those measures are, but I can tell you that the metrics will get better and they'll improve with a healthy culture, and they will drag you down with a weak one. So it's all measurable. And my advice is to, what Greg said before, do some employee perception surveys, let your employees talk to you, whether it's in person or whether it's through a survey. But beyond that, your regular metrics should carry the day. I made you a promise. The promise was that I was going to spend your time, not your money. All these ideas are the lowest cost, highest return things that you can possibly do. You've just got to figure out how to put them into action, because none of this costs very much money at all, okay? And I gave you a toolkit today to help you unlock your company's potential. So next time we're together, we don't get to 5,000, we get to 4,100, okay? I got you all to 5,000, all right? So let's unlock our potential. And with that, folks, I really wish you all the best as you drive to perfection. Thank you so much.